we're going to be talking about professionalism. Okay, these are just a few little things to keep in mind just so that things run more smoothly for you while you're writing comic books. Now, you're going to get really excited when you finish a script. You're going to think it's the greatest thing in the world. But it's going to have mistakes. If you're anything like me, there are all kinds of little tiny mistakes, grammatical errors, typos, whatever, that you don't think are in there, but that you see after you've sent the script to somebody. Okay? Get too excited and send the script to somebody right away. You're going to open up the file and look at it and say, oh man, I should have changed this and should have changed that. And then you're going to change these little things and try to send it to the person, and that's annoying to send a script 2 or 3 times to a person. That's going to bother them. So, what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to, after you write the script, before you send it to anyone, you need to sleep on it. You need to get some sleep between the time that you finished writing whatever script you're working on and whenever you send that script out to anyone. Because your mind, your unconscious is going to process things and you'll just see the script more clearly. You'll have little ideas to improve it that you didn't have the day before or before you went to sleep. And it's going to be very easy to make the script a lot better before you send it out. So just make a rule that unless it's a complete emergency, you sleep on the script before you send it out. Always get some sleep before you send anything out. And then proofread it. Okay, actually go through and read it. You can skim through it to proofread it, but you're gonna miss stuff. And it's really easy to just say, you know what, it looks really good. Oh, I don't see anything. Skim through it, I don't see anything, and send it out. But you're gonna miss stuff. Now, if you actually go through and read it, which can be hard because you know what it is, you just wrote it. But if you read it, you look at it more as a reader, and you'll see every little mistake. If there's any mistake, when you read it, you're going to find it. So you have to actually go through and read the entire thing. Read the entire document before you send it out. It took me so long to get to a point where I do this because it can take time, a lot of time, to actually read your documents before you send them out. And I worked as a copywriter freelancing, and I would spend all this time writing these articles for people, and then they would reject it because there's a little typo that my iPad or whatever, it's terrible to try to copyright on an iPad because, you hit any key, it'll autocorrect the whole word and won't show up in spell check, or I don't know what the deal was, and I would lose so many jobs that way. They wouldn't accept the articles, and it was really hard for me to pay my rent back then. So I had to just proofread everything and just accept that, yeah, even though I wrote a great article, it had typos in there, and that's my fault. No matter if the iPad is making mistakes or what, it's on me. So it's on me to be professional and to proofread everything. And it takes time. It's kind of going the extra mile a little bit. But I see a lot of professional scripts, professional comic book scripts of published comic books that have typos in them. They have typos in the title heading. And I see this from people who have been in the industry for 20 years. I see it all the time. And they get paid for it. I don't see any bad things happening to them because there's typos in there. I don't see that it's a big deal. But, people don't like typos. And, just the extra mile, there's never any traffic on the extra mile. That's a quote that I just love from somebody. And you want to go the extra mile. You want to do that to be a professional. And they'll look at your script and they'll say, this guy's a professional. He doesn't have any typos in his script ever. And the great thing about sleeping on it and proofreading it is that you're going to have a chance to get to revise it. And when you revise your script, you can make it so much better that a lot of people reading it are just going to be amazed by the quality of your work. And your work, you're no better than anybody else, but your work is going to look so much better because you revised it. And people are going to think you wrote this great, thoughtful thing, but really you just wrote something normal and came back and thought about it from a different perspective the next day and fixed different things and made it flow better and made it such a better piece of writing, and you put more time into it. And people are going to be amazed by this. People are amazed by my writing that can't stand me, and they think I'm this great writer, and I just put thought into my work and revise it. That's all you need to do. You don't have to be super creative. You don't have to be a great writer. Just put thought into your work, revise it, and make it the best that it can be, and try to come at it from different points of view and try to make it different from what you would first expect, and you'll come up with some great writing. That's all you got to do. So just do these 3 things. These are the 3 most important things to help your professionalism as a writer, and they'll pay off in spades.